We're all about safety on the channel. We got real good at that. We're getting better, actually. So we got it on the tractor. I'm gonna drop. You are now watching the 2025 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. So we got a big announcement. We got two things here. Lemonade season is back with Digert, so we swung up. We got, of course, two of the original, just pure lemonade. We got the raspberry lemonade, half and half, all amazing things. Very excited for summer. Shout out to Vivor. Let me turn the light on in here. We have an ice machine here to keep us cool in the summer and go with our lemonade. At some point, well, I'll show you outside. At some point, it might stop raining, and then we will actually have summer. But I'm hoping that the lemonade season being upon us will actually make it pretty good. So we have not unloaded the land all because I don't really know how I'm going to get it off there without getting stuck. But it is on my list. I'm hoping tomorrow we actually have a good time. But big shout out, Vivor. Link will be down below here. It takes anywhere from 17 to 11 minutes depending on how much ice you're making. But it needs a water hookup, and it runs water down that back. And then as it freezes, it recirculates, and then that whole piece falls out. And as you see, we got, there we go, we'll take it out of the blue light. We got some good ice, so I'm gonna get myself a lemonade and get everything going. So appreciate Vivor, link down below, great partner of the channel, all sorts of neat stuff. They said, hey, do you have a use for a lemonade, or for that would be sweet, a lemonade machine. Do you have a use for an ice machine? And I said, yeah. So compact, works well. We got some fittings and stuff like that, and the 2 scoops. So yeah, Eric Mattis, you need to get yourself one of these. You all got to introduce yourselves now. So I was looking for somebody to pick up these 3 bushel boxes. Brian Brock, local dealer, lined it up from his local dealer, and you guys are out in Illinois.
Yeah.
So
I'm Matt Grant from Cooperstown. We pick up these boxes for Chris, and here we are dropping boxes off.
Doing some delivery.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we are going to use these for soybeans, and we got soybean meters with them. Yeah, I figure it'll make it a little quicker for soybeans. And another round switching meters out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it hasn't rained in about 3 hours. We might end up mowing the yard a little bit just to try to get ahead, but Harley, while we were unloading the seed boxes there, got some mulch put down, and we got some rototilling action done. So we got a rototiller in. Yeah, these flowers were pretty well junk, and we're gonna get this all broke up and plant new flowers, get some other flowers planted, making the house into a home, Xena. But Harley had to go to work, and I'm gonna probably mow the yard, and then we're gonna see if we can get those cultimulchers off. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Cultipackers, cultimulchers, different places call them different things. Got the yard all mowed up, and it started to drizzle. I gotta weed whack around everything, but yeah. 112 doing its thing. So originally I was gonna pull this out back and try to jackknife it and do all sorts of things to try to get this off and pull it up the hill. Somebody said, why don't you try to turn it around on it? That's a smart idea. Get it turned around. I'll pull it up and I'll straighten it out so we can get it turned around and over. And then if we grab onto the tongue with the tractor and we slowly just walk it our way around, and then it's straight, and then we can roll it right off. Something just fell over in the shop. Also, I'll drop the pictures that I got of this. So the gentleman that owned this truck, it would have been 3 owners ago. Not the previous owner, and then it was in New Hampshire before that, but in Michigan. And he bought it, so he was the second owner. I always thought he was the first owner. What he told me was he bought it from an old boy in Ohio. I'd love to get him on the channel and actually talk about it, but he has pictures of this before it had no light. This had no light. It was darker. He ran the bra. I think it was the same bumper. He had a bigger drop visor down. There was no lights on the mirrors. No marker lights there. Different lights down the side. But it looks cool. So he found me yesterday, and yeah, I've talked to him a little bit about it, and I want a full story of it because as he says, he wishes he never sold it. Well, now I got it. I really enjoy running it, but let me get it moved over and we're gonna see if this will work, if we can put the tongue back on it. Yes, as we see, they've welded on some things because they broke there on the back. We got to re-weld it, but I'd like to get it off. And honestly, if this weather stays out, we might work some ground this week, which is long overdue. Dan did come and get his tires that were on here, so as you see, they're no longer here. So glad I could get them back this way for Dan, and he was out this way doing a little mechanic work, and he was able to grab them. Okay, we will get the tongue off and we'll put the tongue back on. That's all chained down. This might be a 2-person job, but we're gonna give it a good old college send, and well, good old college try, I guess it would be. But currently we're pinched down on it, so I'm gonna throw the forks on, pick this frame up, pull the tongue out, pick the tongue up, a couple of bolts, well, pins, and we should be good to go as far as it being on there. I'm very limited that this is going to work the way I want it to, especially by myself. Look, it looks like it's going to rain again. We'll just lift it up a little bit because the tines are... There we go. The tines are touching, and I can pull this out now. Come on. Need 2 hands. Doesn't work with one, I guess. Yeah, I definitely didn't come far enough forward, but we'll put that one in, and then we'll probably have to move forward. Fall off, guys and gals. Okay. All in one tool right here. Do you have a hammer? Yeah. So I said all in one tool. I guess we do have to put the cylinder. There's 2 pieces there that go with it. Oh yeah. We got it. Put a clip in over there. I think that goes to there. And the cylinder goes down to here. I think. I should remember this stuff. Yep. Zip tied the cylinder on, so now cut those off. Yeah. Lines from there. Zip tied the lines on. Cut those off. Okay, now it's back together. We do have chains on the other side, still holding it on the fronts. Okay, kind of what I'm thinking is if I can get hooked onto this, that falls right through. If I can get hooked onto the bottom of that with the forks, then I can unhook myself, go back and forth, and get this spun around. I guess I gotta take that chain off. This might not go according to plan. So what I'm gonna do now, we're all about safety on the channel. We got real good at that. We're getting better actually. So we got it on the tractor. I'm gonna drop the tongue down, or the dovetail down, pull it right off, and then we'll hook it on the 4640, get it folded up. We gotta look at the welds that we gotta weld on. We gotta see if it folds. It should fold. It unfolded. Yeah, it almost rolled right off the trailer. So gotta make sure I don't mess nothing up. I'm pushing. What am I doing actually? Yeah, because that's gonna move no matter what. Probably should take this out of gear before we break something. Just let it push itself back. It looks worse than it is, okay? Okay, it's pretty bad. We'll get it on the ground though. Well, at some point you guys fell over, but we got it off. Actually very surprised it came off that nice and easy. I did see that they welded those S-tines on instead of clamping them. It must have broke. They're supposed to look like this with that clamp, but my end goal is not to really use those. There's a bunch of people that said you probably are going to like how they do a job. We'll see. Honestly, we're going to have everything disc in front of it. I think I'm utilizing it pretty much just for the rollers. I was going to get something like my rolling baskets to go behind the discs and then re-roll them after, but at the end of the day, I could not. We spent 4,600 bucks on these. Every set of 21 or 24 foot single rollers to go behind discs, every one I could find 6,000 minimum, and that was just a single. And then to really get some nice ones that are pretty nice, 11 to 15. So at the end of the day, this was way more local than I thought, and that's part of it. We got the seed boxes, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Ohio and pick that up or this. We do have to tighten some of these up, which isn't the worst thing, and we got to do a little bit of welding, but otherwise I think we're honestly just gonna send it. So maybe some new hydraulic lines, but once it's over where we're going, it's in a good spot. You see there's a bunch of hydraulic dripping. Yeah, see, it's not amazing. There's some wear to some things, but if it's gonna roll 300 acres of beans for us a year, so be it. So we're gonna see how good Colburn and my math is as far as counting here. Yes, we got a little elevation change. This is only 25 foot long though. Oh, it's shorter than we thought. I'd say it's 25 foot, which is perfectly fine. So how wide is this actually? We were thinking it was 30. It got sold as a 37, and then on my invoice it says it's a 35. Folds up to a 13 foot. Okay, that works though. I like it. Picasso. Nurse, I still got tape measure. I don't know if this is the one you gave me. Nurse is the one that hooked us up cutting board, the back shelving, and our workbench. But we'll get the 46, we'll throw it on there and see what we can do. I think we're gonna be a little bit off. You got thumbs? Can you put that in? Want to back the tractor up or put the pin in? How about you back the tractor up, you put the pin in? It's tough to find good help nowadays. Well, I realized I only have 3 adapters. The rest are in the 7520, and the 7520 is not here. So I should grab one more so that we're really good for the season. That way we can utilize this on 7520, 4640, and the 2755 if we need to be. This might be a little bit of a workout. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, 25 foot. Maybe at 25 and some change. Not the end of the world. Way better than I was looking for. A 21 to 24 foot just a roller to go behind the disc and then re-roll. So overall we got a lot more piece of equipment for what we bought it for. But yeah, I'll get one more so I can pick it up, but I can't fold it right now because we don't have enough adapters. And yeah, we could switch lines over. Eventually we'll rebuild all 3 SCVs so that they're the new style. 7520 could use that too because they leak a little bit. Upgrading them, but that's big money honestly at the end of the day. So hopefully when we lift it up it doesn't blow a line or anything. I do see that the fold line from there to there needs to be replaced, but the other ones, that one needs to be replaced too. The other ones actually look pretty good. Did we do this right? Backwards? Wait, what? Oh, we got the wrong lines. Oh. Uh-oh. Yep. We got a wrong line here. I thought I had the right lines. Uh-oh. Because it's trying to fold and one way and pick up the other way. Amateur hour. Do you guys catch that? Thanks for all the help. Okay, now we got it. This one goes up here, T's there, goes, lifts that and lifts the back 2 cylinders. Okay, now what do we got? Front cylinder pushing down. Oh, we got it right the first try. Well, first actual. There we go. So that's to go down the road. So we need one more adapter, then we can fold, or we can run up, grab one off 75. Well, out of the 75, but I think that's gonna do us good right there. Yeah, I'd love to fold it up. Yep, I'm just waiting on Harley. She's coming back from work. I'm gonna take her to dinner and I'll grab one when we're out for dinner. But I'll get this backed up. So I went to back up and I realized these two shanks over here, S-tines, are way lower. That's not going to work to roll beans. But they welded them on, and those ones are not in the right spot. I don't even think they're the right S-tines. I think they just found them and slapped them on. So we can take them off, we could weld them, or cut them off, take them off, take off the actual tines off of them and see, because they're lifted all the way up right now. They should not be touching, they should not be rolling on the ground, and those are the only ones I think that roll. We may have to do some adjustment. So as you see right there, that should not be like that, where it's almost touching the tire nonstop. But right now it should be pushing them all the way up. So as you see, pretty much all of them are not touching the ground. These ones in the middle are definitely not touching the ground, except for, let me walk over here. They're not actually touching right now. Okay, those ones out there might be touching. So we got to do some adjustment on, oh, that's not in the furthest out hole, but that is. I don't know, that makes a difference to some degree. So we'll move this one to the furthest out hole and see exactly how it works there, because, oh yeah, they're independent. You can see that one's flat, this one is not. That's what we got going on wrong. But these are definitely not correct. They welded them either wrong, or they're bent, or they're happy, or something. But we got to get that pushed out further, because that one, they're touching over there. I think out there we're okay. We do have an adjustment screw right here, so we'll probably run those in, pick them all the way up, because we don't want them scraping beans at all. Wow. So I'm incorrect. That just goes to the back. See how that one's tilted down compared to this one's kind of more level? It might be how I got it set right now. We got to do some figuring, but we got to get the tines way up off the ground so we have no issues at all. And I don't know if that's adjustment. There's some wore out stuff on this for sure, but honestly the rollers, once we tighten them all up, that's the only reason I really got this. See, you can see right there. So what we got to do is loosen that back up so it pulls it more aggressively, because we don't want those in the ground at all. Yeah. I don't know if there's another bolt hole, but you can see some wear spots. If this makes us a year, I'll be happy. Does what it needs to do. But I can hear Harley coming. So we will get wrapped up, and I'm going to go take her to dinner.